The summer heat, it is here to stay, at least for a little while anyway. And while you might find a dip in the pool or time in the AC is enough to keep you cool, staying hydrated is key. Do you know the other nutrition do's and don'ts when it comes to staying safe in the heat? Well, today's To Your Well-Being, we're talking nutrition and about how it can help keep you cool and hydrated on those hot summer days. We're joined by Melissa Leonard, a registered dietitian with Cone Health Nutrition and Diabetes Education Services. All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about, I like this part, the do parts. What are the things that we should do? Like, how much water is really recommended for adults?
And so when it comes to fluid recommendations, it will vary some from one individual to another based on factors like age, size, activity level, and climate. But in general, it's recommended that for adults, they try for a minimum of at least 90 to 120 ounces of water total water per day. And then for like school age kids, somewhere between 60 to about 110 ounces per day. And that might sound like a lot, but that is total water. So that'll include the water we drink through beverages as well as our foods. So I usually recommend for plain water for my patients, minimum 64 for most adults, and trying between a minimum of 32 to 64 for kids based on age and size.
And then how much you're doing and how much you're outside and how hot it is and all that jazz. Okay, so not 10 glasses of water, but we're going to look at something different instead, right? What if you just don't like water? I hear that a lot. Some folks just say, I just don't like it.
So that is a great question, Tanya. And so if drinking water is a real challenge for you, one thing that can really help is keeping that water bottle with you throughout the day. Taking sips here and there can really make a difference with meeting that total goal. Also for kids, maybe letting them choose, a cute, fun water bottle, something maybe their favorite character, favorite design. I mean, I'm an adult and I know cute things motivate me too. So adults too, find a water bottle that works for you. There's many different styles. The ones with the ounces on the outside can be helpful, so you can kind of track your progress. Size, bigger, you don't have to refill as often, but then you do want to think about whether you want to have to lug that thing around. If it's flavor that you're wanting to really, dress up, lots of ways we can naturally do that by adding like slices of fruit, cucumber, even herbs like mint or lavender can really help out.
All right, you can just stick that in your water so it has that flavor there. Okay, so next on the list, we're eating fruits and veggies with high water content. So what would be the most hydrating of things?
Yes, and so while all of our fruits and vegetables generally are going to be good sources of water, some of the highest sources, those that are at least 80% water, are going to be things like lettuce, spinach, cucumbers, carrots, even peppers. And then also for fruits, thinking about melons, grapes, strawberries, and then also even things like peaches, really great source of water.
Okay, all right, and so those are things that, you can take with you to lunch, you can have as a snack, that kind of stuff, so it's easy. How about freezing fruit? Is that a good option? I know people who like to freeze their fruit.
Yeah, so frozen fruit can make a great snack, especially things like grapes, bananas, strawberries, pineapple can do really well frozen. So you could eat it as is for a snack, or you could add it to things like yogurt, things like cereal or oatmeal. If we are going to eat it as is, we do want to let it thaw out a little bit, so it won't be too hard when we bite in. Something I really like too is pureeing fruit, adding a little Greek yogurt and making popsicles. Can be a nice refreshing snack.
Oh, okay. So instead of the smoothie that you're sipping through the straw, you make it into a popsicle instead. I like it. Okay. So what about some other food beverages do's like that can help you keep hydrated on a hot day?
And so I really encourage everyone to think about creative ways that we can, incorporate more of these hydrating fruits and vegetables in, our favorite meals, snacks. So maybe thinking about, sandwiches. Maybe I can throw some sliced carrots on there, cucumber, omelets, maybe throw in some tomatoes, peppers. Next time we're having a cookout, think about, maybe a slice of like peaches, some pineapple on the grill. That can be really tasty and hydrating. Overall, just trying to make these as convenient as possible for us to grab as a snack or throw into our favorite entree.
I do love some sliced peaches on the grill for sure. All right, well, coming up, we talked about all the do's, which is good. We like to stay positive. Now we're going to talk a little bit about some of the don'ts so that you know what to stay away from in the summer heat. We'll be right back.